Satyama, sip Bliko, sip Rajendra, sip Gigi, sip Siva, sip Shahid, sip Bliss, sip Anil, sip Purnima, sip Sanjay, sip Saroja, sip Ahem, sip Harshal, sip Sadanand, sip Dasi, sip Karan, sip Girish Ananda, sip Anand, sip Sagay, sip Karthik, sip Sarla, sip Renu, sip Lakshmi, sip Ashish, sip Ru Mataji, Betiji, sip Lawrence, sip Govind Mehtani, sip Deepatma, sip Yogini, or sip all the invisible ones whom I cannot see. Sip, 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 sip. So, my dear friends, with that note, welcome to the call. And today's subject, one of my favorite. Alive or living? How to make the best of each day. Hello, bhaiya, zinda hai kya? Zinda hai. Dekho, थोड़ा pinch करके देखो, जिंदा है कि मर गया? Who's alive? Are we alive? Or are we living? Are we making the best of each day? How many people are alive? What's the meaning? What is the difference? Both are same, na? I'm alive, I'm living. What is the difference? Spiritually, there's a lot of difference. Are you alive or are you living? Are you actually living each day? I know you are alive. There is no doubt. How does a spiritual person live each day? So who would like to start and tell me something about how much do you think you are really alive? I think I have got, if I am not mistaken, I have got Saroja. Yes, Saroja.
Yeah. Namaste, Guruji.
Namaste,
I think we should live every moment full of enthusiasm and very happily, whatever be the situation or whatever be the circumstances, and try to make others happy. When we make others happy and see sip in all, we find more happiness. In thought, word, deed, we can help so many ways. And enjoying the nature, seeing the nature and seeing the flowers bloom, we can see sip there, as if sip is smiling at us. So like that, the whole day we can be connected with sip and be alive.
So first question is, are you just alive or are you living and making the best of each day? What are you doing?
I am making each day a happy day.
How are you doing it? Tell everybody, how are you doing it?
I'm full of enthusiasm.
Okay, good.
Full of enthusiasm. Living full.
You know, there's no point in saying that you're spiritual if you're living just as a log of wood. What is the difference between you, me, and a log of wood? If we are just like a log of wood, then there is no meaning. Or if we are living like a dog or a frog, a cat or a rat, no use. वो बेचारे बिल्ली म्याऊ म्याऊ म्याऊ, बिल्ली और क्या करेगी? कुत्ता और क्या करेगा? What can the poor dog do? You don't realize the importance of this topic. Even the dog is alive, but the dog is unable to live how we have got the opportunity to live. So, Bala, thank you, Saroja, for starting. I always like to thank the person who starts. We have got now Bala, Ritika, Gopal, and Krishna. Good, we have people on the list. Bala.
Pranam, Guruji, and love you, Guruji. Before this call, we were just alive. And after this call, attending the Zoom under the guidance of the Guru, we are now living a life.
क्या कर रहे हैं? क्या living का मतलब क्या कर रहे हैं?
हाँ, वही मैं बताती हूँ गुरुजी कि पहले as you said how we can save our time and spend the time with us 2 hours in 8. So in that 8 into 3 means 2 hours and 2 hours. Before all of them are sleeping. Before that I get up and I spend time with myself and I am in the silence. Many times I am in the silence, Guruji. थोड़ी बातें जाने दो, but many a times I follow everything, Guruji, and I am aligned with everything, Guruji.
I'm quite impressed.
Thank you, thank you.
I am quite impressed, man. आप इतनी बड़ी बड़ी बातें करते हैं. I am quite impressed. क्या आप 8 into 8 into 8, ये तो मतलब this 8 जो बोलते हैं वो PhD.
गुरुजी हमेशा
स्पिरिचुअलिटी का PhD आपने पा लिया. 8
नहीं
8
गुरुजी,
8
हमेशा हमेशा नर्सरी में रहने वाली हूँ क्या यूनिवर्सिटी जाने वाली नहीं क्या मैं? तो यूनिवर्सिटी जब तक जाऊंगी तब तक रहूंगी क्या नहीं वो भी मालूम नहीं. तो
I am impressed. कई लोगों से आप आगे हैं. मैं बड़े बड़े LLB MA LLB लोगों को मैं देखा हूँ, वो सब नहीं समझते. आप तो क्या आगे बढ़ चुके हैं आप. See, so today the question, Bala, are we just alive? जिंदा तो सब है.
After this call we are living moment by moment. I forget past. उस दिन मैंने आपको भी पूछा था कि how I'll adjust. गुरुजी अपने आप ही आंसर आ गया कि don't react, respond. जाने दो, जिसको जो करना है वो करने दो, गया भाड़ में सब. गुरुजी अभी I don't pay attention on you. जिसको जो खाना है खाओ, नहीं खाना है मत खाओ. You said me that I will tell you this thing, but गुरुजी उसके पहले ही मुझे ऐसे लग रहा है कि भगवान ने मुझे सुन ली मेरी, ऐसे हो रहा है गुरुजी. And everything is well now, Guruji, and I am enjoying like anything. I am enjoying my peace. I am in the stillness.
Make sip on your lip.
Yeah, Guruji.
Sip on your lip and aspire to be liberated. Don't just live like a चूहा.
Yeah.
चूहा भी चू चू कर सकता है. चूहा भी कर सकता है. So we have to be not just alive.
Yeah.
We have to make the best of each day. एक एक दिन. किसे पता है कि आज का दिन अगर हमने वेस्ट किया, ये आज का आखिरी दिन हो, तो आज मैंने अपना दिन वेस्ट किया. अगर एक ही दिन मैंने वेस्ट किया, अगर यही आज मेरा आखिरी दिन है, तो फिर क्या होगा?
गुरुजी आई एम फॉलोइंग यू. गुरुजी आप उधर आइसलैंड में है, मैं इंडिया में हूँ, पर आई एम फॉलोइंग यू.
रितिका, ठीक है, नेक्स्ट टाइम आप भी आ जाओ. रितिका.
Shivoham Guruji, I think it would be consciousness versus the mind state.
No, today we are questioning, are you just alive or are you living by making the best of each day? So are you saying just being in consciousness is enough?
No, then you have to keep moving ahead, like how you said that you have to eliminate the triple suffering and you have to do all that. So, but you have to be in consciousness to do that, right?
Being in consciousness is the greatest achievement. If you can be in consciousness, means we are already aware. Okay, who am I? What am I doing? What is my life about? What happens when we are not in consciousness? The mind.
Then you're just living.
Grind. The mind will see. The mind is an expert in consuming our life.
Yeah.
The mind will consume our life. Then one day, if I look at my mother who's 84 years old, and I say, if I became 84 years old and I don't achieve anything, then what did I achieve in my life?
Yeah.
It's always good to look at our parents and see, have they been able to be enlightened? Have they been able? And we don't want to reach a state where you cross that super age and you're not enlightened. Then you can't reverse your life.
Yeah.
So, Ritika, the question is how to make the best of each day. Answer that.
Live in consciousness.
No, not enough. Live in consciousness.
But you also have to be aware that you're not the body, mind, and ego, that this pain is not yours.
Live in consciousness and every day take a step forward. On the journey.
To enlighten.
The worst thing is to take a step backward.
Backward.
The second worst thing is not to take a step
forward.
To do
anything. Yeah.
But if every day you are living as a divine instrument, if every day you are progressing on the path, see, remember this. I always tell people, life is like a bicycle. If you don't ride, you will fall down.
Yeah.
Look at a bicycle. In a bicycle, you cannot just sit on the bicycle.
Yeah. You need to keep moving.
You have to move.
Yeah.
And if you don't move, then you will fall.
Mm.
And to move, like you said, is very important to be in consciousness. In consciousness means in awareness. In awareness means intellect. Am I
Yeah.
doing the right thing? If for whatever reason I am not doing the right thing, that means what, Ritika?
You're in the mind state.
Beautiful, beautiful. If today I have not done the right thing, means my mind has won the game. My mind has been able to overtake my intellect. My intellect has failed. Suppose sometimes people tell me, okay, you can't do the call, Zoom call, you can't do. I say, why? Why I can't do? I question, I try. So that today's call is this, to try to understand, are we in that state of consciousness? Are we living each day not in the mind state, in consciousness state, with the intellect active, discriminating, moving forward in this journey called life? This is the challenge. Thank you, Ritika. Good start. Good going ahead. Gopal Krishna, Samatma, Anand. Come on.
Yes, I bow down to Sip.
I bow down to you.
Sir, actually, the day we start our journey for the enlightenment, that day we becoming uh, some degree of aliveness comes in our life, sir.
Mm.
Before that, this was just living like animals. So when we pursue this our journey for enlightenment, and we come to know that this sheep is there, and we are Atma, we are not body, mind, ego, then what happens? We take every challenge as an opportunity and use the each day. We do our best for each day, like we fully engaged in our relationship, and we consider that life is uncertain. Next day we may go, body may leave the body, so our relationship with everything changes. This is the last opportunity, so this is my saying, sir.
Very good. When I look around myself, if I look at a tree, I look at a tree and I say the tree is bound to the ground, but I have wings that I can fly in the sky. If I am also like a tree, then I will never be free, because I am not bound like a tree. God has blessed me. I can move, I can choose, I can live, I can grow, I can evolve, I can awaken. If I look at a bird, the bird has wings. But unfortunately, I look at a bird, it lives, it dies. I can't expect the bird to be enlightened. But I remember that I am blessed to be enlightened. If I am not enlightened, then I am like any reptile. I am no better than a lizard. क्या बोलते चिपकली? I am no better than nothing. I'm used. What am I? So it is for us to introspect. Krishna, Samatma, Anand, bliss. Thank you, Gopal.
Yes, sir, Shivoham.
Shivoham.
So the understanding is alive means when you live or when you used to live, not now, when we did not know the purpose of life. So we just eat, drink, suffer, die, and return. And then you always be used to live either in the past or the future. But now when we live in the present moment, and every moment by moment when we live, I think we are getting there. We are living with discrimination, with I can say with intellect, or now we are living because we want to get to that purpose. We want to understand who am I. So it is living. It is every moment is filled with happiness. It is bliss of truth consciousness. You can say such whatever it is, but somehow an inexplainable happiness is there in our life every moment, because now we are living in the now.
Krishna, happiness is a byproduct. Happiness will
It
come
is a
automatically.
byproduct, yes.
If you are in Sat Chit, Anand will come.
Yeah.
But you don't want ordinary pleasure. There are many
it is
people who
not
are only
ordinary
after pleasure.
pleasure.
Yeah.
It is
Yeah.
not. But now, when we are living in the now, as you said, a continuous remembrance of the divine, it is a connection with the divine in yoga, or all these things help us to be in the now. And so now we don't like to waste even a moment of our life because otherwise you are gone before we even know we are gone. So I
So
think life has got meaning and purpose now.
what you said is very beautiful. We all learn and we earn, and what Krishna said, we burn and we return. You know, some of us do not realize, some of us do not open our eyes to realize. Imagine another life. Can you just imagine? Can you imagine again being born? Again the whole cycle. Can you imagine again the whole cycle of pleasure and pain and loss and gain and sun and rain? And what for? We don't realize. We don't realize if what Krishna also said, what Ritika said, if we are not in that state of consciousness, when will we turn? When will we yearn for the divine? When will we yearn for SIP? Huh?
Yeah. And we are seeing you as a role model also, because you said not to be caged, not to be imprisoned in these imaginary bondages which we say as duty, etc. So we also enjoying the freedom now. Freedom,
Yeah,
true freedom.
because we of course we all have duties. But the question to ask is, which is a bigger duty? Who doesn't have duty? Even a beggar has duty. But what is the most important duty?
Yeah.
So for me, that's my question. What is my most important duty? Oh, I have so many options. If I want to luxuriate, I could be having the most luxurious life, and I could be having pleasure beyond the imagination.
Yes.
But why do I choose? Why do I choose what is right? I can see it black and white. Why do I choose what is right? Because I can see it black and white. Because my intellect shines in consciousness. I don't let my mind push me behind. Some of us, the mind comes and says, okay, hello, तुम पीछे सीट में बैठो, हम थोड़ा आगे बैठेंगे. The moment the mind says, तुम थोड़ा पीछे बैठो, then the mind is driving, it is in charge of the car. And the mind is holding the wheel. Then we will squeal. The mind should not be holding. If the mind holds the wheel, then we will reel in misery and suffering. Remember this. Don't give the mind the wheel. That's the challenge. Samatma, Anand, Bliss, Rajendra. Samatma.
Shivoham.
Shivoham.
All the divine souls here, and I'm actually waiting to meet all of them for the second retreat. Before I joined this call, I was just living at the mercy of everyone. Now I'm actually living moment by moment by making enlightenment my priority. And like if somebody comes in the way or tries to take me away from this, it makes no difference to me, because I have set my boundaries about my priorities and my me time. So no one can enter into that. And I started by making small changes like attending this call every day. Then I had to actually change my dinner timing. So even that, there was not much cooperation, but then I made it a rule. Whoever wants to eat with me before the call, eat. Otherwise, you heat your own food and eat. No one should call me, or you can't expect me to come at this time anywhere.
You see, there are people like Samatma who says, खाना है तो खाना, नहीं तो भाड़ में जाओ. खाना है तो खाओ, नहीं तो भाड़ में जाओ. This needs courage. This needs courage. This needs sheet. Samatma says, my call is my priority. You want to eat before the call? Eat. You want to eat after the call? Eat. नहीं तो नहीं खाना है तो खाओ, नहीं तो भाड़ में जाओ. But that is provided you make SIP a priority. I told Samatma in yesterday's call, I think I told this. Remember a simple secret. Remember a simple secret. If you don't make SIP a priority, SIP will not make you a priority. Hear it loud and clear. Because you have made SIP a priority, Samatma, then SIP also makes you a priority. This is the simple rule.
Sometimes one hand slips, but the right hand never slips.
Beautiful.
So when the left hand, I come into consciousness.
So Samatma, your one example I have seen for years, some Atma, Samhita is the original name, changed to some Atma, and strict strictly sticking on to that. And now, hopefully, retreat is in your city. In your city, a lot of people are writing to me. I want to come for the retreat. I want to come for the retreat. So I think, I hope हमारा शायर जी ready हो गया retreat के लिए. सब लोग पुणे आने के ready हो रहा है शायर साहब. So in the calls, whenever we have 5 minutes free, we will try to put the names together. But it's already fixed. Date is fixed. I think place is fixed, and let's hope it goes well. Thank you so much, Anand V.
What I want to add, I have actually come out of the prison in which I had imprisoned myself. I'm actually free from that. From
What was the
all those
prison?
bondage.
What was the prison that you were imprisoned in?
My attachment duties, which I had thought were so important. I had imprisoned myself in that.
So Samatma says that I was in a prison of people. People around me had made a prison. And the same people around me, which were like prison bars, Samatma says, now I can see the stars. Two men stood. Have you heard this, Samatma? Two men stood behind prison bars. Have you heard this? Two men stood behind prison bars. One saw the mud, the other saw the stars. Two men stood behind prison bars. Now, if you are behind the prison bars, my dear friend, and you want to see the mud, you can see the mud. Samatma saw the stars. And Samatma saw the stars and she said, Khana hai to khao, nahi to bhaad mein jao. So that is a lot of courage. Lot of courage. Thank you, Samatma. Anandvi. Anandvi.
Yeah, Shivoham Guruji.
Shivoham.
Yeah, I think the first is the realizing the purpose of life, and then the way we live. Are we living it consciously, or are we living it through compulsions of our desires? And the third point is, are we making a sip towards sip? SIP means it's a budget day, so are we making some systematic investment towards our journey towards SIP?
So that's the whole challenge, Anand. If you are living, then there is no slip. Some people, they slip. Slip is very close to sip. Na? See, sip and slip. What is sip and slip? When you slip, you have L, lust. Lust means you are longing for the world. Lust is longing for the world. And then when you remove slip, you remove the lust. L, sip. Sip on my lip. Sip on my lip. So this is the challenge. How can we, whatever you said, SIP is systematic investment planning, all that will come and go. But SIP should forever flow. Bliss, Rajinder, Lawrence, Jasmine. Bliss, thank you, Anand.
Hi, Shravdi. How are you? Love you all. You can read, please. It will be more easy for me.
That is your old style to read. Okay, I have so many projects, construction jobs, and activity that I have trouble choosing, but I'm alone most of the time with myself and SIP, so I find my life monotonous sometimes. How can I be more alive? What is just living? What do you mean? What should I change? There's a difference between being lonely and loneliness. You may be alone, but not lonely. When you are alone, but you are connected with everybody and everything, you are not lonely.
Yes, you're right.
Just now, somebody sent me a movie. I think it's called The Perfect Days. The name of the movie. There's a Japanese man. The Japanese man in the movie is called Perfect Days. What this Japanese man does? This Japanese man learns to live alone, but he's very happy. He's very, very happy. Perfect days. In this movie, he says, no, he's very busy with everybody. He says, sip in all. He serves sip in all. He loves sip in all. So, Bliss, our challenge is the reason you feel monotonous is because you have not created excitement in this. You have a lot of interest. You must create excitement. If you must, I will try to give you this personal advice later. Talk to me how this message,
Yeah.
remind me to reply this message to you.
Yes.
I don't have 1 minute for being monotonous. Not even 1 minute in the day. Why? I do the same Zoom call every day, same Instagram, same book, same bhajan, same everything, same every day, same shirt, same pant, same shoe, same. I'm not monotonous. Some of you, one day you want red hair, one day you want green hair, one day you want to color your hair, one day you want to cut your hair, one day you want to trim your hair. Without that, you feel monotonous. One day you want nails like this, one day you want nails black, one day you want nails white, one day you want nails green, one day you want nails blue. This. No.
But
I am just not
maybe
you.
you cannot understand the feeling. It's only like that. You cannot understand all the feeling from everyone. It's very complicated because each
No.
person is not the same. So we cannot be all the same and
You
enjoy
know something?
everything
You
as
know
you do.
something? You know something?
Yeah.
Sip, sip, sip is manifesting. Sip is manifesting like the clouds. The clouds are constantly changing. SIP is
Yeah.
manifesting like the stars. SIP is manifesting like insects. SIP is manifesting like a dog, a cat, a parrot, a pigeon. There is SIP everywhere. The problem is you are finding monotonous because you are not seeing SIP all the time manifesting in the millions of things. Millions. You want to only color your hair and your nail because you're only looking inside you. No, not you. I'm just telling you an example.
I'm not
Don't.
like that, and you know it.
So why are you telling monotonous? I need to talk to you. You should not have
Yeah.
monotonous because there is so much excitement. There is so much excitement in the music. There is so much excitement in reading. There is so much excitement in singing. There is so much excitement in everything. Where is the time for monotony? If you are having monotony, it means you are on the wrong road. Turn the road. Change
Okay.
the road.
I will talk to you later.
Rajinder, thank you. Rajinder.
Shom sir,
Sir.
sir, how I cherish to live now. Sir, living in awareness, moment to moment. Keep an account of every moment so that no moment goes waste, but not being in connection with SIP. Also, other as per my other understanding on this journey. So no further irresolutions. Every decision being taken with raised intellect by being in consciousness. कोई इधर इधर की बात नहीं, जनरलाइज कुछ नहीं, हर कोई चीज अवेकनेस में करनी है, जो भी बोलना है अवेकनेस में बोलना है और मोमेंट टू मोमेंट हिसाब रखना है जिंदगी का कि मैंने क्या किया, कितनी देर में आई वाज अवे फ्रॉम दिस शिप, आई वाज विद दिस शिप, आई वाज अवे फ्रॉम दिस जर्नी, आई वाज
Don't keep account, just be aware.
In my mind, just I just that account. I don't mean
because
by accounting.
if you're keeping account, then you are in the past. You ho gaya.
Account is a desire also.
Just be aware. Just be aware. I wasted this moment. I will not waste this moment. Keep on evolving. Keep on changing. You know, it is very important. It is very important for us to live in Sat Chit Anand. Now, when Bliss told me some amount of monotony, yes, we human beings, when we are clinging to something to eliminate the boredom, and that means we have not found the divine within. If you find the divine inside you, you find SIP inside you, you find SIP everywhere. Where is the question of being lonely? Where is the question of boredom? Where is the question? So, Rajinder, being alive, having a purpose, becoming an instrument. If you become an instrument of SIP, oh, your life is going to be wow. If only you become an instrument of SIP, that challenge Rajendra हमें चाहिए. तो बी आप जैसे आदमी को नॉट जस्ट बीइंग इन कॉन्शियसनेस, सिप से बात करो राजेंद्र, आस्क सिप एवरीडे, सिप आज का क्या कमांड है, ask sip and get a habit of getting direction from sip. What does sip want my life to be? Sip doesn't tell me kuch faltu kaam karo. Sip never tells me do some nonsense. Sip will also always inspire me to grow, to glow. Sip will inspire me to do something meaningful. This is the challenge. Lawrence, Jasmine, Will, Rumataji. Shayad.
Sip, thanks you, Guruji. Very good to
Sip.
see you here. I'm so glad you loved Private Days. I did, and you enlightened me that I hadn't thought about the protagonist, that he was totally in love with Sip, but now I see that that was the case. And yeah, it's so absolutely right. I love the word alive, because then it only came to me as I got on here that the A in alive is Atman, really. The beginning and the end of live A is also. And so what do? Yeah, I was feeling, as been shared there, I've been feeling ennui, boredom, all of this monotony. But then suddenly, about just before I was introduced to you last month, I started writing a novel. And since then, and it's quite involved, but since then, art, beauty, the universe is singing and laughing with us all the time, if we would look and listen. And so, it's just a wonderful, you could say that Atman is wooing us or wooing me. I feel blessed and privileged. Thank you. I don't know
Thank
what
you,
else
Lawrence.
to say.
So good. So see, Lawrence, there are many people. You are coming on this call and you're coming on Instagram at 7 every day because you are inspired to live. You value your life. You respect your life. You want to make the best of your life. You're blessed. You're blessed. Not everybody has a respect for their own life. How many people in this world are actually wanting to make their life a beautiful life? It's very few people in this world. And I always believe that we have to be amongst those people who value this life. And Lawrence, you are blessed. I hope you will continue to move in that path.
Oh, yes. Can
Yes,
I share?
next.
Can I
Yes.
share something? One more thing. Yeah, and that is, I know still I'm not a master of bliss or Atman is not truly only my master, but I'm a practitioner. I think day by day, I think that's probably the secret, but I have to share something. Oh my gosh. So my friend shared a picture I saw of you with, I guess with, I don't know if they were children with disabilities, other people, and your smile and their smiles were so, I just said to my friend, oh, I'm in love with them all right away. And that's what I think Atman lets me do, is feel in love with everyone and everything. It's never boring. What can I say?
When you find sip in all, you love the sip in all. How can it be boring? You love the divine in one and all. So that is the beauty. But not everybody can do that. Thank you. Jasmine, Will, Rumataji, Shayad, and Ravina.
Yes, I think to be alive, you have to feel whatever the moment feels and just be. I feel like when you're able to notice God in every single moment is when you're truly living. I think that's how you make the best of each day. I'm separated from my husband right now, and yesterday he called me and told me he didn't want to be separated anymore. He wants to just get a divorce. And I didn't argue. I just recognized God in the moment and accepted it. And your video on detachment really helped me with that. And after our phone call, I felt so alive because I didn't fight the moment.
Yes, because you have to learn, Jasmine, whatever you do it in consciousness. Don't do it in a mind state. That's all I'm telling you as I hear you. And our life, Jasmine, I know that you are a completely different person on this call, but you're there every day. Like just now we have Bliss, who's a French girl coming from Quebec in Canada. So it's not easy for to have that kind of commitment. But what I'm saying, Jasmine, be in consciousness, which means don't let the mind fool you into doing something. And as you're in that state of consciousness, use your intellect to make the right decision. And then you won't go wrong. Do everything with surrender to the divine. And the divine is within you. And the divine inside you should make the decisions of your life. All right?
Thank you.
Thank you. Will, Rumataji Shai Ravina.
Shivohang Sip.
Shivoham, sir.
I've been studying this word silence. People talk a lot about silence, and some people say silence is God. They even go so far as to say silence. They don't mean they mean the internal silence. And some people cultivate that. And I have a friend who uses the Indian drone sound, the tanpura. It makes a very bzzz sound like that. And he says when he listens to the tanpura, he can focus on the silence behind that sound. And he's been training me to try to use that. And I think that I was going to ask you, he said that all the Indian mantras and all the bhajans, essentially people aren't really listening to the sound, they're listening to the silence behind the sound. And this is what I was going to ask you, but it seems to me that if you're to really live, then you should at all times possible to try to be aware of the silence behind the actions. And I wonder what your view on this is, because I haven't heard of anyone listening to the tanpura for the reason of discovering this deep silence.
Okay, see, Will, when you are in consciousness, then you are in silence, even though you might be in a disco. You may be in a discotheque, but if you are in consciousness, none of the music, none of the lights, none of the smoke can disturb your silence. The moment you are able to cut the noise of the mind, you hear the voice in consciousness. Some people may use a tampura. So what does it mean? If you use the tampura or use any sound or say, oh, fine. What when the sound stops? What when you're using a tool to give you that state? No, you want to reach that state of eternal bliss. You want to be in consciousness, Will. And it's okay to use that tool if you're a beginner. But those who realize, I'm not this body, this damn it mind doesn't exist. It's just a bag of rotten thoughts. If you are able to lock yourself in intellect, if you're able to be in a state of consciousness, you don't need any tampura gampura, you don't need any mantra bhajan, nothing you need. But you can use them in the beginning if you are a beginner. But when you come on this call is already taken you, lifted you up. You should be in that state of consciousness. You should see sip everywhere. You should be able to look at a blade of grass and the wind, and you should be able to feel the divine blowing through you. Look at the clouds, and you don't need tampura when the clouds are there. The clouds are enough to connect you to be a yogi. But the problem is, you cling to material world. Then you need tampura. If you are thinking in bhoga, then you need not tampura. You need a whole orchestra of tampura. One tampura will not do. You need a load. You need a truckload of tampuras. So let me also tell you one thing. You can't find silence. You can't go behind running and try to find silence. Will. Peace and silence, you cannot find. It is within you. Just still the mind. If you still the mind, silence you will find. Think about this deeply with your free will. Silence is already there inside you. By trying to run to find silence, you will never find silence. You just have to still stop the noise. Silence you will find. Stop the mind. And you will attain that state of silence. I hope it makes sense. Rumataji. Anything else, will? Otherwise, Rumataji, Shayar Ravina.
Pranam Guruji.
Pranam.
Guruji, I feel दिल के अंदर दिल एक मंदिर है जिसमें वो बसता है. ये नहीं जानते हम दिल जो ढूंढता है शक्ति है वो सच में वो आत्मा है. हम तो ये तन मन नहीं है, हम तो सिर्फ आत्मा है. गुरुजी, we have to go inside only to find God. If our efforts are to be one with God, सच्चित आनंद में रहेंगे, then only we are alive. Otherwise, we are awake. Otherwise, no use of anything in life. प्रभु ही सब कुछ है, हम कुछ भी नहीं है. When we are going on that path, then only we are awakened.
Rumataji, what is the problem? What is the real problem in this world? The problem in this world is people come and people go, but they don't understand the meaning of this show. People don't grow. People are so slow. They do not understand that glow which is inside. Andar hi hai wo glow. But because we are so blind because of the mind, हम mind के पीछे भागते हैं, and then the true treasure is lost in pleasure. We are left behind.
And one thing more, Guruji, 10वें द्वार हमें खोलना है. We have to go inside with peace के साथ.
Beautiful, beautiful. All the 9 doors of our body are looking outside. इसलिए माता जी हम सब ना we are clinging. किसको cling करें माता जी? We are clinging to suffering. We are clinging to suffering. We are not clinging to the one divine. अगर हम प्रभु का हाथ पकड़ेंगे तो खुश रहेंगे ना. हम क्यों दुखी हैं? Why we are unhappy? We are unhappy because we are lost in the material world. We have expectations. There are conditions. अरे आनंद में रहो. What matters in this world? Nothing matters. But we are living with 100 issues, 100 problems, 1000 miseries. Actually, nothing matters. Then why are we making everything that doesn't matter? When you are keeping on making something that doesn't matter, then misery is all that you will gather. So you have got to stop. And you have got to focus on ship. You have to change your grip. You have to change your ship. You have to start a new trip. Don't slip. हम slip हो जाते हैं, संसार में slip हो जाते हैं. So today's topic is this. Are you alive? I am alive. But are you living? Are you living each day? Taking today as an example, what did I do today? Every day, ask yourself. If today you have to give an account to SIP, hi SIP, what did I do today? Can you go? इसलिए एक beautiful bhajan hai. Ma'am Rumata ji, I know how many of you have heard this bhajan. In this bhajan it says, मैली चादर ओढ़ के कैसे द्वार तुम्हारे आऊं, हे पावन परमेश्वर मेरे, मन ही मन शर्माऊं, मैली चादर ओढ़ के कैसे. Do you understand the meaning, Rumata ji? अरे प्रभु जी, प्रभु मैंने आज का दिन वेस्ट किया, मैंने आज का दिन वेस्ट किया, मेरी चादर मैली हो गई, कैसे आपके सामने आऊं? If we live life moment by moment with this attitude, then at least, if today is wasted, we will not waste tomorrow. If today has slipped by, at least we will cry and we will use our tears to cleanse our soul's consciousness to be enlightened, and tomorrow we will not waste the day. I always believe, Rumata ji, the day does not belong to me. The day belongs to SIP. These 1440 minutes that I have got today, they are not mine. These 1440 minutes belong to SIP. Every second I breathe, every second that I breathe is His grace. And if I am not able to live for Him, then I have cheated Him. I have wasted my day. That's how I live. I dedicate my day to SIP. Nothing else. I want SIP, 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 and SIP. Okay, Rumataji is muted. So, Shair, yes, Rumataji ko bolne diye, and then Shair, please.
Prabhu Shubham.
Yes, sir.
Man, I have two answers.
Yes, sir.
One is the one who lives like Ladi. He is living. Otherwise, he is Anadi.
अरे वाह तुम तो शायर हो यार. तुम्हारे तो ये बॉलीवुड में ये लोग क्या बेकार बैठे हैं. यू शुड बी प्रमोटेड टू बॉलीवुड. क्या ये है बकवास. हाँ.
The one who is Ladi, na, he is thinking this much. Rama Ambad mein, Kashi mein, Shiv Kana Vrindavan mein. दया करो प्रभु देखूं इनको हर घर के आंगन में. राधा मोहन शरणम सत्यम शिवम.
ब्यूटीफुल. वो सॉन्ग और एक सॉन्ग है शायद और एक सॉन्ग आप जानते हैं. और एक सॉन्ग कौन सा सॉन्ग. सब कुछ सीखा हमने ना सीखा जीना लाड़ी. सब कुछ सीखा हमने ना सीखा जीना लाड़ी. सच है दुनिया वालों के हम है अनाड़ी. हाँ शायद सुना आपने. अभी अभी लिखा गरम गरम आपके लिए.
गरम गरम आया बोलो मार्केट में.
सब कुछ सीखा हमने ना सीखा जीना लाड़ी. सच है दुनिया वालों के हम है अनाड़ी. अरे अगर नहीं सीखा जीना लाड़ी तो क्या है अनाड़ी. देखो शायर ने क्या. शायर तो शायर है. रवीना विल गोपाल प्रसाद.
धन्यवाद.
Shivoham Guruji.
Shivoham.
Yeah. Sorry, yesterday I wasn't there for the class, but I've been watching it on YouTube. And really honor all of you, because listening to everyone is also a great pleasure, learning everyone's queries. So yesterday, I was at a dinner, and there was a senior citizen, Auntie Ji, so like she was complaining about, and we all started a spiritual subject. Many people had the common base, as you've been saying, actually. Somebody from Paraguay, and so this auntie said, I cannot believe and I will not agree that I have to not be in the thoughts. And I mean, like, I don't think of the thoughts and I'm not in the body. Because you ask me, when I start my morning, I have to think of my teeth, then I have to think of my malams, then I have to think of my eye drop. The whole day I'm a victim of the pain of my body. How do you expect me to function without doing the whole day? My body is like a seva thing, like I'm sick of it. So I said, but auntie, dheere dheere, you have to operate from I was trying to explain her from the inner consciousness. She says, no, whatever you say, you tell me even 1 minute when you're at my age, how do you deal with it? So I thought last night, if we don't start practicing from now, when your body is going to give you so much of pain, that time it will be so late to teach yourself,
Impossible to deal with it. When my Guruji was 99 years old and 11 months, he had a pacemaker, he was paralyzed, he had a heart attack, he had all kinds of things. But he was still smiling. He was still laughing. He never complained. He was already awakened. The problem is,
any elder person who's in so much physical pain.
See, it's very difficult to teach an old dog new tricks. It's very difficult to teach an old dog new tricks, because what happens is when you are stuck in a particular build, you have a thought pattern, then you can't. Then very difficult. But what you're saying, at least if you, Ravina, if you grow now into spiritual path, if your body suffers, what will you say? You will say, "Chodo na, body suffering ho raha hai, I am okay na." So you will have a different approach. You will not let the body's pain make you suffer. Of course the body is experiencing pain. But why should I suffer? I am not the body.
Just today I had a call and I said that to myself. No, it's okay. It's just a pain and I'm going to walk. So really thank you.
I have a new pain everywhere. Every day I have a new pain. So what do you do about it?
Yeah. Okay. Question 2. Yeah. Question 2, like those like we who have been practicing chanting and like practicing, like say when we even take a bath, we look at Ganga Maya in the water. Like we have been tuning when we cook with a mantra jap. I mean, we have been felt that every moment you tune and connect to God in the form of jap or Nam Simran. So your whole day feels like you have done Arpan to God, right? Now, if this is a new system where there's no tool, then how do you operate? Okay, seva, bhakti, devotion, good deeds. Besides that, how every minute, how do you obtain, how do you conduct?
It's very simple. Be a yogi. Be a yogi means start your day with dhyana yoga, go to bhakti yoga, do karma yoga, do jnana yoga, and if there's nothing else you can do prema yoga. If you fill your day with yoga, with union with the divine, there is no time. There is no time for monotony in life. Bliss, there is no time for monotony.
Not
If you are a
monotony, let's
yogi,
say.
what? No, I'm just Bliss asked this question. So I'm asking you, I'm telling you, you can do whatever. Who said you should not chant something? Who said you should not do? You can do anything.
No. As long as
as long as in one hand,
I'm an artist. Yeah,
sip is in
I'm a
one hand.
painter. When I walk in the beach, I see the sky, the mountains. I feel blissful, and I can sing, no, while walking and seeing the
But
mountains.
seeing sip everywhere.
Of course. Without him, everything
For
is him.
the last 10 years, somebody asks me to sing a song which is not sip, I can't sing. Somebody asked me to write a book which is not sip, I can't write. Somebody asked me to make a poem which is not, I say I can't do it. I write a poem, I write a quote, I write a song, I write a book, I do anything, only sip. Sip is on my lips.
One more question. Previously, when I used to paint, I will sometimes show you all my artwork here. I used to paint Ganesha, Shivas, and gods. Okay. Then the people used to say, why do you paint gods? Why don't you do something else? So I came to horses. Then I met an Indonesian artist who said that, what if I tell you to paint the Lord, but because they don't believe in this thing, right? They're Muslims here. How would you show the Shakti on art? And now that I'm proceeding to art at spiritual level, how would you show the energy of God on a canvas? Like
any energy, the wind that blows, the water that flows, the sun that glows, the heart that beats, the bird that flies, everything is God. You are saying what is God? You are asking me where to find it. I find it everywhere. But
I'm not supposed to make an image. Like I'm not allowed to draw a sun as a sun, a bird as a bird. Then
no, you just draw the clouds and let the clouds denote energy. Let the sunshine shine. Let the sunshine show the lifeline of the divine.
Yeah,
let the sunshine express the lifeline of the divine.
Yeah, the spirit,
so then,
the energy.
Yeah, energy must come. And when you put your soul into it, the energy will come.
Yes.
Last night at 12 o'clock, I was doing nothing, watching the sun set in the midnight sun in Iceland. Oh, you can't believe the colors. You can't believe the sky. You can't paint a painting like that. I'll send you the pictures. You can't paint a painting like that. You message me, I'll send you the pictures. Okay, to close, thank you, Ravina. Will, Gopal, Lawrence, we want to close now. No more administrator. Will, Gopal, and Lawrence.
Shiva Hangsep. thank you for your comments on silence. And you said that you can't seek for silence. You said something that the silence is already there. And so I wonder if therefore the goal of religious life is to discover that silence. If you can't find it, and there's no technique to find it, and there's no way to find it, but it's there, then it seems that it's a very high object, and it becomes like the...
No, it's very simple. Will still your mind. Silence you will find. Write it down. Still your mind. Silence you will find. Let me ask you a question, Will. Suppose there's a very beautiful painting in your house. Okay, Will?
Yes, sir.
There's a very beautiful painting in your house, and there's a curtain that is hiding the painting.
Yes, sir.
Now I tell you, go and search for the painting. You will search your whole house, but you can't find the painting. Where is the painting?
Behind the curtain.
Lift the curtain.
And it's there. You
Painting
see it.
is there. Will, silence is already there, my dear Will. Don't doubt what I'm saying. Silence is there. Silence don't find. Just still your mind.
Yes, sir.
Got it?
So silence your mind through however you do it, through a mantra or through...
However you do it. See, now your mind is not letting you silence. Now your mind does not want you to be silent. So your mind is telling, hey, ask him how to silence the mind. Ask him. Who's asking this?
The mind.
Just ask the mind to shut up. Just ask the mind to shut up and just try to repeat these words. Still the mind. Silence you will find. Still the mind. Silence you will find. You know, Will, I'm asking you one more question, Will. It's just like saying you go to a still lake, a beautiful still lake, and you drop a pebble. What happens in the still lake when you drop the pebble?
Then it becomes rippled.
Now you're saying, I want the still lake, and you drop a pebble.
Exactly.
Then what happens? You drop the pebble and then you say, I want still lake. Will you ever have a still lake?
You won't have a still lake now.
So I've given you 3 examples I've given you. But remember the words. Remember the words. Still the mind, silence you will find.
Yeah, well, it's very interesting because many meditation teachers, they have all kinds of techniques, but you're coming up with a completely different solution.
Yeah, because that's their job. They you don't give them fees, then they can't survive. I'm not taking any fees.
So there's no point you teaching a technique because you're not taking money.
If they don't give you a technique which does not work, that means you will stop going to them. You understand?
Yes.
You always they will always give you a technique which works half because they need your fees.
Oh, that's very strong.
You see, what does the pastor in the church tell you? The pastor in the church tells you, give me 10% and the Lord will suffer for your sins. Now then again you will suffer. Then you will go back to the pastor and the pastor will say, you're not giving your full 10% because everybody is cheating the Lord. So you know you're cheated. Then he says, okay, then you pay 10%. Then says, okay, now see, your suffering is reduced. Then you pay 10%. But the fact is that it's a lie.
Would you be able to give a day on this? It seems to me a very important subject. You've said it very simply, and it's so simple, but it seems to be the essence of the problem. Stop the mind, stop it, chop it, drop it, lock it.
Yeah, all of that will, and then you will find the depth of silence. Okay.
That seems to me the important thing. Stop it, chop it, block it, lock it.
Will. Once you get used to being in consciousness, Will,
yes,
the mind will not appear. The mind does not exist. Yes. But what you need, Will, you need to get to that state of consciousness. Then you're good.
Yes, thank you, sir.
Okay, last comment, Lawrence, before we close. Somebody else was there. I don't know. They disappeared. Lawrence, last comment.
Sip again. Yeah, thank you so much. Well, I loved hearing the word energy, and that's related to my writing and art. And then it made me think, okay, like I said, this change that happened was I took to heart a message that had been given to me many times don't give up. And so then I thought, oh, if I don't give up, Atman will lift me up or lift me in and up. So that's all. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Lawrence. So, my dear friends, today's call is very important. Just a simple reminder of what we spoke today. We are all alive. The heart will beat. You don't have to make any effort. You don't have to make any effort for the heart to beat. But remember this. Are you living? Are you making the best of each day? The day does not belong to you. The day belongs to SIP. If you have to give an account what you did today to SIP, will you be able to give an account? And if you have wasted today, it's okay. It's okay. But don't waste another day. With folded hands, I bow down to you.